Hello NoiseGate, I'm Frederic Brun. I'm one of the two founders and I'm the CEO of Arturia. And we are here in Grenoble in France in the Alps, where Arturia is located and where I've been living for the past 25 years. So the history of Arturia starts when Gilles and I, the two founders, were both students at the Grenoble University. We were in the same orchestra. I was playing the violin and Gilles was conducting the orchestra. And back then he had this idea of creating a music software for generating sounds, very much like a native instrument director, for example, that we used to call Continuo. And that was the base of Arturia. So the two of us, Gilles, eventually, after graduating in computer science, went to IRCAM in Paris for a master degree. And I graduated in physical chemistry, and I went to Paris as well for studying a law degree at La Sorbonne. And the two of us started Arturia on this ground that technology could allow everyone to make music. The things I'm the most proud of after all these years, I think the team, of course, we're nearly 180 amazing people I'm working with. It's very typical, of any CEO to say great team, but I think this team is really strong. I think the mindset, the way we work together, the ambition, the constant will to do better, to improve, to listen as well, to avoid politics, to make sure we work in a joyful environment and mood, and at the same time be demanding with each other. I think our users as well bring us a lot of good ideas, a lot of energy as well. They send us back, when they say we're happy with that, that's great. In terms of products, of course, there are many that I'm really proud we could make. Today we can take part in sort of tradition, history of craftsmen that starts many years ago, and we have a small stone in this history where through different synthesizers like the Polybrute, for example, or MIDI keyboards that sometimes allow someone to just get started, and maybe someone will be lonely in their room and start making music, expressing something, and maybe someone else will go play with friends. Someone else will one day publish something on Spotify and be proud and show their mother, whatever it is, just professionals using our products on stage, in the studios. That's great. Again, that's just so much nurturing, so I'm very proud of that. So my thoughts on the industry, as you say, that is full of clones and recreation in software and hardware. Yes, I think it shows a few things. First, I think the hardware was a way to simplify as well. Software can offer a lot of options, so things can be sometimes in the way or too complex or not meaningful. Hardware is a little bit different. You have to be cautious. You have to be saving components or whatever, or controls. So there's a natural simplicity. The fact that it's hands-on by nature can make it more appealing as well. And yes, that can also show a lack of innovation in our industry. I don't see that so much. There are 26,000 plugins, for example, so there are many people able to invent new things. The question is, how do you be seen? How do you get seen? It's difficult now to come with something very different and have the bandwidth to be visible and understood at the same time. With all this noise, all those products, it's safer in a sense to come with something people know. And if you do a recreation of a Minimoog, for example, we were among the very first to do that, but it's easier. Immediately you know that potential buyers or users will get what you're offering. If you come with something different, with a strange name and not a very clear value proposition, etc., it's going to be harder. So when it comes to software, yes, there's a tendency to get back to those roots and make things more simple. We have been, yes, indeed, very keen on doing different things. This is what we are. We like to try, we like to investigate, to check new segments of the market. We do audio interfaces, we do hardware synthesizer in both analog and digital format. We do software as well. We've done drum machines. We're interested now also by the stage keyboardist. We believe there is something to do there. We see that for the stage keyboard, it's not as easy as it can be for someone on their computer, because the solutions have not evolved that much. A lot of what's been possible on the computer is not yet possible in hardware format. We've seen also in other industries solutions using the phone, for example. If you have a Tesla car, if you have a Dyson hair purifier, or whatever, you have something with your phone that allows you and empowers you to do more with your hardware. We don't see that so much yet in our industry. So we think there is a lot to bring that can take benefit of the recent evolutions in terms of technology, but also offer to the musician something meaningful in the context they are. So if you're on stage, I feel there is a need to be able to break this sort of gap between studio, production, and stage, having the same sound, having the same capacities, and still having these hands-on, simple, very sturdy solutions. And this is something we're looking at right now at Arturia. Some of the biggest challenge for us, I think in general, the challenge can be complexity. It's not so easy to really use music industry products. It's not so easy to become a musician. In the past, it could be the cost. It's not so much the case because you have a lot of free options or inexpensive options. It could be a certain of complexity in learning music theory or learning the trade, the gear in the expensive studios that you had to rent. It's different now. It's more the number of solutions, the cumbersome of the feature sets, the fight for more, more features, one more here, one more there. It's, I think, in the way of becoming a musician right now. For new people to embrace music creation, for us to engage them, I find that's challenging. So be able to do less that takes courage to remove, takes courage as well. And it's very hard in the company to push this culture of less is more, this approach that musicians will do maybe even better with some constraints or less. The piano is a very simple instrument, but still it's so powerful. You can be Elton John, you could be Frederic Chopin, you can, it's just still a piano, and everybody gets how it works immediately. And in our industry, because it's based on technology, you have to learn first, you have to really remember, and all this, in a sense, can limit your capacities. So I think it's a challenge really to offer the depth that people can expect from the products, the instruments, and at the same time, human touch, the feel, the instantaneity, the pleasure, all those things that music at first is. Again, even the contact. I'm a violinist. The sheer contact of the violin. Feeling the vibrations. This is not something. There's a distance with technology. So all of this, I think, we should try to break. And this is also what we do with Morphe, for example. Ways to offer more sensitivity. It's something we're trying to find solutions to. But that's a challenge still. What would I tell my younger self starting Arturia? Good question. Maybe nothing. There is this, I remember I read once this it's saying from the founders of Xerox, I think, and the quote said, "We didn't know what it will take. Had we known, we would not have done it, but since we didn't know, we did it." And that's a little bit the case. I will not say it was so incredibly hard, but it's there, challenges, not always easy. So either you tell a lot on what will be in the way, or you say nothing and you just discover. So maybe I will say nothing. Go ahead and you'll find out. Here, something important as well is really the environment. In Grenoble, there is a very high consciousness of the impact of our work, but behind work, of our way of life on the environment. Very early on, we've been keen on making sure we could reduce our carbon impact. We've been working on that for several years. We measure our carbon impact in pretty much everything we do. We have a sort of second accounting system for carbon in parallel to the financial accounting system. And in the end, we publish reports and we try to find ways to reduce carbon emissions with our products, with our way of working, etc. So we've been progressing quite a lot. It's hard because then you get to the point where it's harder and harder to find solutions to reduce carbon emissions, but we are still looking at it, working on it. That's something I think important for all of us beyond what we do and music and what drives us every day. So thanks NoiseGate, thank you friends from Australia, I guess all over the world, for your interest. Thank you for using our products. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for being part of this wonderful community and industry. We hope you enjoy what we do, and we do it for you, basically. So, thanks a lot. Take care.